We got it right this time.
Yes, we did.
Hey,
Hey.
good evening, and you're joining Zemrah. And my better half is back. We're here at Intellectual Radio.
Alive and kicking.
That's right, bringing you some good stuff. Last week we were a little under the weather with some colds, with that old cold, but we back on it and doing what we need to do. Last week we had Wilder Belt with uh, Wilder's Fun Travel, talking about the importance of travel, and I really enjoyed having her on. She was really superb and gave some good information about the importance of embracing a vacation, because a lot of times people don't understand the importance of vacationing. So, but she made it clear, and for those that tuned in, I hope you got it this time.
Yeah, we get it right this time.
So
Time
Ed,
to unwind.
you tell everybody how you're feeling, because we had a special guest come joining us again this evening, but they couldn't get in town. They couldn't get a flight out, so uh, we got to do some of our just our fun evening and share some of our feelings on some things that I think is kind of pertinent to everybody.
Yeah, I've been down for the last couple of weeks, but I got my voice back
Hmm.
and I got my health back, and I'm feeling pretty good today.
Good.
And like I said, I got it right.
Who made you feel better?
You.
Just wanted
This mother-
just wanted that to be made clear, because we both trying to get over this cough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I nursed him back, and then I winded up feeling getting all his
Yeah,
little
then you blaming it on me.
yeah. Well, that's what happens. I know I had somebody say, what you need to do, Zemrah, you need to just go and sleep in another room. I said, no, I ain't hardly gonna do that. So I just have to catch it and deal with it. But I don't believe in that. But I did a wonderful wedding on Sunday with some great musicians, and it was different because it was Harlem Renaissance. So we did some
Yes, we did some
Count Basie
some
and
classic
yeah,
jazz.
Louis Armstrong and Satin Dow, Ella Fitzgerald, and just some really good music. And the bride, matter of fact, before I came in, she called me and said that her guests and herself, they were just really elated. So even though I had that cold, I worked it out, and I was so glad that we were able to pull it off. And again, a vocalist is nothing without great musicians. So I really had some great musicians. Want to thank Mr. Reginald T. McCamp for putting it together for me. Thanks to also Mr. Greg Thomas, who is the saxophone player for the Funkadelics. So he referred me to Reginald, and they did it for me. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you see, as a consummate professional, uh, Zemrah has the ability to. She'll whine all day about not feeling well. I hope the show goes well. As soon as she hits the stage, as soon as she looks at the mic, she turns into a totally different person. Ain't nothing wrong with her. Her voice is pitch perfect and everything. You never know if she had a cold or flu or anything. I don't know how you do that.
Um, because I'm doing what I love, and
Yeah.
my God-given gift. I mean, it's just a complete. I look at it as just a complete
I think it's
blessing.
mindset, because you cough all day and you get on the mic and perfect.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Well, I'm so glad to have you back. And one of the things that we wanted to talk a little bit about is life and how fragile it is. I want to send blessings out and prayer to the Bowen family, Larry Bowen, a fantastic trumpet player who is on my very irresistible Zemrah CD. It was a tragic accident on Friday, and he died. He was the gentleman that went over. His car went into the Dolphin Lake over in Homewood, Illinois, on Friday, And it was just devastating because he was a super musician, wonderful trumpet player. And so, our prayers go out to him, his family.
Yeah, I think they believe that he may have had a stroke or something.
No,
No, he
no, I
didn't.
think he had a seizure or
Seizure,
something,
seizure.
because he suffered with that. But just, we were talking about how fragile life is and how you really have to live life, embrace life, and that is our motto, that when you live life and embrace life, it will live in you. And just you just have to take each day with upliftment and just go on. If you got them dreams, like we always say, don't say what you can't do, and we always say that to our seniors especially. Just go ahead on and do it, because when you wake up every day, just be so grateful for that day, rain, sleet, or snow, and just we always say, if you can walk, talk, keep it moving. You know what I mean?
It's like my grandmother used to say. She said the universe works like this. If you take one step, it'll take two. So you have to put an effort toward it. It's not going to come to you. It's not going to come because you're a nice person, you never hurt nobody, and things are going to work out for you. You have to make an effort. And after you make one effort, make another one. And after you've done all you can, keep moving. So you never run out of energy to do what you have to do. And your life should consist of doing that which you came here to do. And whatever it is that gives you joy and whatever it is that gives you pleasure and you can do easily, because that's your mission in life, is to do that. If it's to sing or it's to dance or if it's to write music, it's art, something that you think you may not be able to make money at, money is not the issue. The fact that you was given that talent for free, that you came here with it, you must use it. Otherwise, you'll lose it.
Oh, absolutely.
So use what it is that gives you joy, even if it doesn't make you a lot of money. Even if you make a job doing something else, continue to do that, because that will give you peace.
Mm.
That's your place of solitude when the world is all around you and pushing down on you. You can go to your place where you can relax and do that which you love to do,
Yes.
and that will give you more life.
Yes.
It really will. So
That's what makes me so happy, because Ed does what makes him very happy, because he's very creative, and it makes me even more happy because he is redoing our bedroom and our sitting room because he's also a fantastic dynamic contractor. So he's building and laying new floors and doing all that good stuff. So that's what you enjoy, and brings you happiness and peace. And boy, am I glad of that.
no, it relaxes me. Anything that gives you where you are intensely have to pay attention to, that's detailed, it takes your mind off of the other things in life
Yeah,
that may be kind of negative. And you should always stay away from negative and watch what you really. And the Bible says you should measure your words, which means before you speak them at 18,000 miles an hour when it comes out of your mouth, it never stops at the other person's ears. It keeps going.
yeah,
So watch what you say. If there's anything negative, please don't say it about yourself. Like, I'm sick, I'm discouraged, I'm depressed. Anything
right.
you put on the end of I am, it affects you. That's what you get.
Yeah,
So watch your mouth. Don't talk about yourself. Anybody else, don't talk about them, but especially you.
yeah,
It will, the energy in the universe will always come back to you and give you exactly what you speak.
that's right.
Doesn't care whether you mean it or not. Doesn't care if you say I want this, because if you say I want this, it
That
means
means you don't have it.
I don't have it,
Yeah,
and the universe will give you whatever your subconscious mind believes.
yeah,
So you say one thing, but you believe something else.
yeah,
So it's a psychological thing, that game you have to keep playing with yourself to keep yourself positive. And every time you hear something negative, somebody bring it to you, drop it, forget it, and do not repeat it, and don't pass it on to anybody else. And pretty soon, people and everybody around you will understand you are not the person to bring negativity to, because you will not take it anywhere else. Carry it someplace else, but you let it die wherever it is. Do not give it energy.
well, we don't do that.
No, don't do that, because it kills, especially fear. Fear is a mind stealer. So anybody trying to give you fear about what it is you have to do, that's why it's not good to share some of your dreams with other people, some of your aspirations, the things that you want to do. And the first thing you want to do is tell somebody about it. Not all that's not always a very good idea.
Well, you know I don't.
Keep it to yourself until you made it realized a little bit. Because if you tell someone, they're first going to tell you, well, that's kind of hard to do. If I was you, I'd kind of take it easy. I never known nobody to do that. So they will steal your dream before you even get it started.
That's right.
They will kill it while it's in the womb.
Mm-hmm.
So, so sometimes do your best to try to keep it to yourself, especially if you're really serious about it. And until and before they know it, you've already done it.
And that's what we do.
That's what we do.
And I think that that's very important because unfortunately, it happens like that. And I know in all of my endeavors and the things that I have created and done, from my opening up my boutique, writing my first book, to my CD, everything that's been major, no one even knows, not even family, until I put it in motion, except for you,
right.
Maybe one best friend. But I totally agree with that. That is our motto, and we say that to people. And unfortunately, you do get those people that can be discouraging to you and say, like Ed said, that maybe you shouldn't do that, or again, maybe you're too old and you should just leave that alone.
Or you don't have no money.
Right. Or maybe you should leave that to the younger people or something of that sort. No, any dreams or anything that you feel that you can do and you want to do, just go on and put it into motion. Pray over it. Let the Lord direct you on it, because He always will give you the direction and the answers that you need. So you are listening to Intellectual Radio. We're here every Tuesday now from 6 to 7, bringing you some good stuff. Be right back with you shortly. This is Zemrah and Ed. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everything must change, 'cause nothing or no one goes unchanged. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. But that's the way of these times. Yes, everyone and everything's got to change. For there are not many things right here in this life that we can be so very sure, except raindrops from the clouds. Sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds they fly. Now winter turns to spring, a wounded heart must heal, but never much too soon. Yes, everyone and everything got to change. young become the old, and mysteries do, all mysteries unfold. But that's the way of these times. Yes, everyone and everything got to change. For there are not many things right here in this life that you and me can be so sure of, except raindrops from the clouds. The sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds, they fly. Raindrops from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds, they fly. Every little thing must change. You and me, we got to change. Well, every little thing must change. We all must change. This world has to change. You're back with Zemrah here at Intellectual Radio. That song is one of my favorites. I tell you that every week because we play it almost every week. I do it for so many different functions because it has such a wonderful, wonderful message to it, because we know that has to change. Nothing really does stay the same. And the only thing we can be sure of is raindrops from the clouds, and the sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds, they fly, they fly. And that's really amazing because that's really the truth, isn't it?
Well, I remember back in when you won the #1 female vocalist of the year at the Crown Royal uh, festival.
No, the Regal.
Regal at the Regal Theater for that very song. When you sang that song, the whole house just came down, and you won first place for that song, and it still applies today, and you're still singing it. So
yeah,
we're trying to, I guess, to convince people to know that things are not supposed to stay the same. I know there's a certain amount of security in knowing that things are kind of repetitious, but if things are going to improve, they have to change. People want improvement, they want things better, but they don't want anything to change. You have to get into your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, your spirit, that every day should be an adventure. Your life should always change. You should grow at some point. In order to grow, you must change. And life changes automatically, just like the universe, constantly changing. And that's where since you are part of the universe, once you think about it, that you should be changing also.
yes,
Which would keep you in rhythm with the universe. So this is just a phase that we're going through. The little 80, 90, 100 years we spend on this planet in this body is only a phase of our existence. One phase. There are others. And it continues on and on and on.
yeah.
So everything must change.
Now, how would you relate that as far as the change that we're going through right now with this world? And it's a little scary, and we don't really get into a lot of deep politics. But the reality of it is that uh, things like even when I'm singing that song live, I say, "You and me, we've got to change. This world has got to change."
Well, it's basically, the world is basically you. The world starts with you. And everything must change in order for the world to realize that war is not the answer. Conflict is not the answer. Violence is not the answer. They have to live out this strain. They have to live out this imagination because it's not really real. This is not the way the world's supposed to be. It does not give life to threaten other people's life or to take that which does not belong to you. That is not the way the world will evolve. But in order to know that, you have to live through this to know that it does not work. So when things get worse, it's actually getting better because they have to come to a head before they can get better so that people realize this is not the way to go. We've been trying to teach this to the world for hundreds and thousands of years that war is not the answer. You can't take something from yourself. This is the only planet we have, and nothing belongs to you. It's only given to you to take care of. You're a caretaker of this. You do not own it. There's no part of this earth that you should own. You should take care of it and nurture it and maintain it because that's your stewardship over that portion of your of the earth and your world for a short period of time, as long as you're here. You pass that responsibility on to someone else. But to evolve into the state of the human race, uh, where we can live in peace, it takes time to get rid of all that whole notion that you should only the strong survive, which is the motto of most governments. Who has the biggest gun rules, which is makes no sense to the ordinary citizen because you cannot do that and expect to grow. Progress cannot take place in wartime unless uh, you call it progress and it's really not. Because what does it profit you to earn, like they said, the world and lose your whole soul? You said, what's a soul? A soul is something separate from you. Your mind, your body, and your brain is one thing. Your spirit, your soul is something different. Your soul cannot die. It lives on forever from this existence to the next as you make your transition from this form, out of this body to the next form. Your soul never dies. People say, Ed, how you feel? I said, I'm great. He said, every time I ask you that, you say that. I said, yeah, I'm fine. My body has issues because it's finite. It wasn't meant to last forever. So it has a problem. I don't.
I heard that.
I had never been sick a day in my life. He said, why? Because I am not my body. I'm not my mind. I'm not my brain. I am something that I am that I am. So therefore, I was here before. I will be here long after. So once you look at the big picture, if a person understands this, there's a lot of things about the world, what's going on, you do not take serious. You might take it serious, but you don't. It's not the end.
You don't let it absorb.
You don't let it absorb you because you know. I don't. Because you know the big picture. You know that you cannot die. And once you understand there's no such thing as death, you lose fear of it. Because anything you fear will come upon you. Because you acknowledge that it exists. And life is only reality if you say it is. So if you don't acknowledge it as being reality, it does not exist. Well, the devil is busy. You created the devil. Do you think God did it, or whoever you will call God? Why would he do that? You created it. So if you created it, you can destroy it. I told a friend of mine one time, I was working on the railroad, and we were out of town at a little town, at a hotel. And we got to the hotel, there was this minister who come to the hotel every shift when the guys came in off the road, and he'd have Bible class. And he'd invite me every time I got to town, would I join the Bible class before I retired for the evening? And I said, yeah, maybe not. I'll talk to you later. So one day, as soon as I came in ready to the hotel, he came, Ed, we having that class, Bible class. You want to come? I said, oh, how long is it? He said, well, it's starting right now. It's only about 30 minutes. I said, okay, I'll go sit in and see what you guys are talking about. So he was the local minister. So when he got to reading the verse and talking to the guys and reaffirming their faith and things like that, he asked me. He says, the devil is busy. Ed, what do you think about that? I said, I don't believe in the devil. He said, what? I said, I don't believe in it. He said, what do you mean? Everybody, you got to believe in the devil. I said, no, I don't. I said, I killed the devil. I met the devil one night in a dark alley, and, and I killed him. In my life, he's dead. I murdered him. He said, what? I said, he does not exist because I said so. He said, you can't be talking to people like that. You can't go around telling people the devil is dead. I said, yes, I can. I am the creator's son. I can do whatever I want. Whatever it is I say goes. Whatever's real to me is real. Whatever's not real does not exist.
And that's within your being.
That's what's in everyone's being. Everyone has the power, as the son of the creator or the daughter of the creator, to create their world the way they want it to be. If something they don't believe it. You don't have to believe it. And just because somebody else says it does not make it true.
That's true.
So therefore, if you don't want a certain negative in your life, you can get rid of it anytime you get ready. As soon as you are sure that it has to go, that you will not tolerate that kind of negativity in your life or disrespect anymore from this day forth. But you got to be sure. You got to know what you're talking about, and you got to be serious, because the people in your life are going to pay a price for it. And when you get to a point in your life where you don't mind making them pay the price because you want peace, they call it a made-up mind.
Made-up mind.
Made-up mind. I made up my mind. This is not happening anymore. And that's when you're serious. So, but it starts with you. The whole world starts with your world. If the community is going to get great, it's going to get better, you got to get better. If the people are going to have peace, you have to have peace in your house, starting in your house. If you have safety in the neighborhood, on the block, it has to start in your house. If all the kids in the neighborhood are going to have respect for the elders, it has to start in your house. You can't run down the street telling people what to do and how to get peace and everything. And your house is a wreck.
That's right.
Start at your house. People like to go out and convince or lecture other people because they can't do it in their house, because it's too hard. Start with the difficult things first. If it's real difficult, that's the one you want to tackle. When I do a job, I find, what's the hardest part of this job? That's the one I'm going to do first, because it's going to take me longer to figure it out. So I'll start with that one.
That's smart.
Start with that one.
Get that out the way.
Get it out the way. Like I said, I used to be afraid of heights. So I joined the Army and started jumping out of airplanes. They cured that.
that was smart.
They cured that.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of heights anymore.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, we want you to join me on Facebook. Go to Zemrah Singing and check me out for my YouTube, and here's some of my shows. We're in the process of planning for concert Here's to Life 7. That'll be coming up October 21st.
7.
And I'm really excited about that. My show is just so phenomenal. We honor those seniors that are of age but are doing something so wonderful in their lives. They live my philosophy, and so we honor them. And we just got some good things coming up, and I'm really excited about it. Still working on my upcoming CD.
Mm-hmm.
Love is possible. So we know that. Pam joined us on Sunday, so she writes a lot of my lyrics. So we're just kind of, pulling it together. So right about now, we're more or less doing a little leisure talk this afternoon, and just giving you some of our food for thought and some things from the soul. So again, you're joining Zemrah and Ed here at Intellectual Radio here on a nice Tuesday evening. We're here every Tuesday, 6 to 7. Baby, let's cruise away from here. Don't be confused, the way is clear. And if you want it, you got it forever. music take your mind. Just release and you will find you're gonna fly away. Glad you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising together. The music is played for love. Cruising is made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. Baby, tonight belongs to us. Yeah, everything's right. Do what you must. And inch by inch, we get closer and closer to every little part of each other. Ooh, baby. So let the music take your mind. Just release and you will find fun. You're gonna fly away. Glad you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising together. The music is played for love. Cruising is made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. Ooh, yeah. Cruising. Baby, let's cruise. Let's flow, let's glide. Oh, let's open up and go inside. And if you want it, you got it forever. I can't stay there inside. I love you, baby. Let the music take your mind. Just release and you will find you're gonna fly away. Now you're going my way. I love it when we're cruising together. The music is played for love. Cruising is made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. You're cruising my way, cruising my way. I love it when we're cruising together. Music is played for love. Cruising is made for love. I love it when we're cruising together. Cruise. I love it when we're cruising together. I love it when we're cruising together. We're back off of Cruising. I did that remix that's coming up on my new CD, Love is Possible, a remix that we did put together by Mr. Reggie Foster, who is an awesome saxophone player. And so I'm looking forward to that CD coming out. We were trying to get it out back in February, the Love Month, but it looks like we want it to be right, to make sure that we got it right this time. So if it takes a little longer, we're going to make sure that it's right. Next week, we have Audrey Kay coming to you with a couple of the actors and actresses from a play that she has written. So we're looking forward to that coming and bringing you some information. It's going to be held at the Beverly Arts Center, and it's a phenomenal piece that I understand coming out for Mother's Day. So I look forward to them joining us next week. That's going to be a
That
good
should be
show.
exciting.
Yeah. She's a very, very spiritual sister. She joined us maybe about a little over a month ago, and we got her opinion about a little music, about her idea on relationships spiritually. So, and then also we have coming back is the wonderful lady, Dr. Gwendolyn Odom, who was here sharing some information about transitional care and chronic care, which we got a lot of great feedback on that.
She's excellent.
They're the vice president of NAVCare and has been our sponsor for the last couple of weeks. So really looking forward. She's going to meet with me so we can get some dates to bring her back, because we've gotten some good response on wanting her to come back, and she's got some more good information, because it's a lot of things out there where medications and healthcare is concerned that as the vice president of NAVCare, she's very informative, breaks things down, and gives a lot of good and needed information for our senior market. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, NAVCare concentrates on the follow-up care that seniors and other patients need after they return home from the hospital,
right,
to make sure that that care continues, which is a great service.
It is, and she was just sharing with me the doctors that are coming aboard.
Yes.
She's getting a lot of doctors that are really, seeing the value in what they do, because their care is 24 hours. You can call and get nurse advice and all of that. And I think seniors out there need to be aware of that. So I'm real excited to have her back. And then we're working on also getting back Bishop Carlton Pearson. And we have some more special guests that we're bringing on. It's always, I like bringing on other guests because it gives another side of an idea of their idea of what's going on in the world, their advice on life,
on a professional level.
Right. And so I really like being able to share other people with you, because that's what it's about.
Right.
Yeah, because otherwise we can just talk and share, and we always have things to share. And Ed and I bring things from the heart, from the soul to bring to you. But when we can bring the soul of others, I think that's real, real good. So I always like doing that. So I've got some other good people in mind that we'll be bringing to you straight from Intellectual Radio. And I always like to thank the producer of this show for giving us this platform, because it is an opportunity for us to be able to voice our opinions and the things that we love to share. It's a really, really wonderful way for me to be able to bring my music and share my music with the audience, and that really and truly fulfills me, because my music is my passion. So to be able to have this platform and share my philosophy and all the good things that I feel inside, to be able to share with everyone, since it's a worldwide platform, I really appreciate being able to do that. So we want to thank Mr. Earl Winfrey for providing us this platform.
It also provides a platform that heretofore will be inaccessible on any other medium, that is not available on any other station. So to have this on YouTube and have it worldwide is definitely a blessing.
Yeah. And just make sure that you go to IntellectualRadio.com and just go to YouTube and put that in. And if you see the piece Feed Your Brain, you know that you're right at the place, because that's what we try to do. And all of the other shows try to do the same in whatever, area that they bring to you.
Yeah, and tell them also they feel free to call in if you have any questions about any of the topics or subjects that we've talking about?
Oh, absolutely. At 708 223 Thanks, Ed, because that is, you're always welcome to do that. We always like a heads up. But if we're talking about something that you have a question about or concern about, if we can answer it, we sure will be glad to do that. And again, we always say when you embrace life, life will embrace you back. When you take things from within, the outer will present itself.
If you don't go within, you go without.
That's right. Now, I love that. Now, you just thought of that? I didn't hear that. You want us to repeat that?
I said, if you don't go within, you go without.
All right. Now, so that means you gotta be able to share. Like we say in Here's the Life, all you give is all you get. So if you don't ask, you never know, and you can be without. So I love that. That was perfect. So again, we are here every Tuesday from 6 to 7 every Tuesday, and we're just glad to be here and share some of our inner thoughts again with our audience. I'm Zemrah.
I'm Ed. This is Ed.
And we're going to hear another one of my pieces before we get out of here. And hope you enjoyed our little segment this evening. Every time we meet, it's something new. I find one thing more to loving you, and that's how it's been right from the day you came my way. And the more I learn just who you are, and I see what we have found so far. More and more I know that I can go my whole life loving you. You taught me how to share and how to give. You showed me just how warm and loving love can be. You taught me for as long as I may live, I must have something to believe in a world that I live in and love. If you have the time, I'll talk it through, how my life has changed since I met you. All the reasons why I know that I must somehow spend my day loving you, needing you. Spend my day in my day needing you, loving you, loving you. I need you, wanting you, loving you. Well, that's what you're saying when you're saying you're loving somebody, loving you. Now that's some sweet music from Irresistible Zemrah. And for those out there that love some sweet music, you just go to www.cdbaby/cdbaby2. That's my very, very irresistible CD that you can find Loving You on. That's another one of my remixes from the lovely and sweet Nancy Wilson. So we're going to tie that in right quick about loving you in relationships and the honesty of them. And Ed wanted to share a couple of things before we close out this evening about
Yes.
when you love someone.
I'm glad I'm back. One thing I've observed about relationships and people who want to get in one, try to maintain one, complain about the one they're in, is that we never start a relationship off with the basic of respect and honesty. If you really, really care about somebody, you will tell them the truth. And the only way to tell them the truth is to lose the fear of what their reactions are going to be and tell them the truth anyway. That's what courage is.
And
Not
we
the
talked
absence.
about that when Pam and Pat was here. They were talking about that courage piece.
You know, they have a courage.
Yeah.
And some of the sisters complain about that a lot of men that they meet don't have the courage to be honest. And it does take a certain amount of courage, which overcoming the fear. You overcome the fear and do what you have to do anyway. That takes some certain amount of courage. And stop worrying about what the reaction is going to be. Live your life in truth. And always endeavor to tell the truth. It is not as easy as it sounds. If you don't believe me, try it. This week, I want everyone in the sound in the sound of my voice to try and tell the truth for a week about everything. About how you feel about somebody. If somebody asks you something, tell them the truth. Say, I don't ever do that, girl. Yes, you do. And you basically wear people out. Tell them the truth. You owe it to that. If you care about a person, tell them the truth.
Yeah.
It's not about how they're going to react. What I say is my business, but your reaction is none of my business. How you feel about what I say is none of my business. But as long as I tell the truth, I should have to worry about how you feel about it. You might get mad. You might stop talking to me or whatever. But you can never argue with the truth.
That's true now. That's true.
You can try.
Yeah.
But you cannot argue with the truth. If somebody tells you, as long as you know it's the truth, rest on that. And the first thing is to make sure you're honest with yourself first.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said before, over the door of the pyramids is written in Egyptian, man, know thyself first. Before you start studying other people and the universe and the world, know who you are. Know why you're here. Know what you're made of. Know what you like and don't like. Know what gives you life and what that tears you down. Know you. You cannot have other people like you or understand you or treat you with respect if you don't know you. Because you cannot project who you are unless you do. A lot of men, men and women, are confused about who they are, and they keep changing every day, trying to fit some image or some somebody else that wants them to be, somebody on TV, some friend that they like, trying to fit somebody. Find out what you are and be that. And be confident about it. Because everybody loves the person who's confident in who they are. You don't have to be just like somebody else or just like this person or that person. Be you and be honest about it. So if you want to find out what that's like, try and be honest this week to everything you say and do, and don't lie. If you do not lie, you will probably lose some people who you thought were your friends, but they really weren't. True friends understand this.
Yes.
And in your life, that's what you want. People that you can count on who will tell you the truth. So live this week, the whole week, try and tell the truth, and it will set you free.
And that's true too. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that, and then, in my opinion too, when you approach or when you're honest and upfront, you have to make sure, to me, that you are in the position to do that. Now, don't you agree with that? I mean, you have to always make sure that you're a truthful person also. If you seek the truth from others, then you have to make sure that you are a truthful person too. You can't bring something to someone that's like you telling someone they should clean up their house and yours is very untidy. So I think that that's very important, that when you bring someone something, that you're also in the position to do that. Don't you agree with that now?
Well, in a sense,
Okay.
I agree on one hand, I disagree on the other. I agree that you should endeavor to do that which you preach, or
Practice what you preach.
whatever you practice, you should endeavor to do that.
Exactly.
But if you have not completed practicing that, your words should be examined as to what you say. The message should be examined, not the messenger.
Okay.
Like Aaron was not perfect when he wanted to deliver the word of God. Didn't have the education, didn't have the speech. That's what Moses told him. He said, tell Aaron, he talks better than me. He said, I didn't want you to be perfect. I didn't wait for you to get an education or whatever to do that which should be done. I would take you just as you are. That is why they say you should listen to a fool, because he may repeat something he heard a wise man say. It's the message that you're looking at, not the messenger.
That's a very valid point.
So whenever you hear something, even if this person says, look, man, if I were you, I wouldn't wear that jacket with those pants. And this guy's a bum. But you don't know, back in the day, he could have been a designer and giving you really good advice. But you discard it because you don't like the way he looks. Take the message, examine it. If it applies, use it. If it doesn't, discard it.
Got it.
But always examine the message, because the message will not look like you think it should look. That's why the prophet Jesus said, don't look at me now, because I might come in a different form. I might come looking like a beggar, in the thief in the night or whatever. You don't even know who I am.
And you'll miss it.
So you should treat people and treat the message when you hear it. Because I'm telling you, a fool will repeat something that a wise man said. And you may need that information at that time, but you weren't listening. Because you always get the information you need. Every prayer is always answered. Half the time, we're not listening when it comes.
And you've heard that straight from Ed here at Intellectual Radio, which was a wonderful and valid point. Again, this is Zemrah here at Intellectual Radio every Tuesday, 6 to 7 p.m. We got it right this time. Don't forget to join in. Hope you enjoyed our segment for this evening. We love you. Here's to life. Remember, when you embrace life, life will embrace you back. Here's to life. Thanks for joining us.
Tell the truth.
They hooked up with the power in me. No more unrealistic arrangements. move in the universe and ask just what is it worth to ever not to have the love of your life. And it said to me, you better get right. What a joy it is to be in harmony, just letting love flow free and naturally. I am so grateful for this love sensation. Words are not enough to give full expression. Woo, woo, woo. This time I got it right. Woo, this time I got it right. This time I got it right. Woo, woo, woo. I got it right. This time there are no illusions, no place and no space for confusion. We're just riding this luscious way. I thank the universe, I give it praise. Oh, that I got it right. I'm so glad